Every family has that one weird uncle, that uncle that stares at you a little too long and just stands in the corner not interacting with the rest of the family at the Christmas party. Well, this is Alienware. The word alien fits them perfectly. They have been around longer than almost any other relevant company. How have they been around this long, you might ask? I don't know. I have not seen a single person say Alienware is a great company in the last 10 years. No one has gone to their local Best Buy and said,
I want to see what type of Alienware computers they have.
Those words have not been spoken since this dude was in office. The main question is, how are they still in business? What do they even make anymore? Are their products still extremely and unreasonably overpriced? And finally, will they go out of business? We need some context before we rip apart, analyze Alienware. Alienware was founded in 1996 by these guys. 10 years later, in 2006, Alienware was bought by these guys. They released their first collaboration in the gaming computer space with the M17X in 2009. Since then, they've made a lot of different products, but nothing has really stuck. Tons of laptops, tons of desktops, and some desktop accessories, and a really interesting attempt at a console, which has since been discontinued. I wonder why. With tons of failed and underwhelming products, you need to ask yourself, how are they still in business? The answer is actually quite simple. Dell. Dell is the only reason. I don't see too many people waiting outside of a Micro Center at 2 a.m. with a tent and their pee bottles waiting for the newest Alienware laptop to drop. The demand for an overpriced laptop or desktop with a picture of ET on it isn't that high. Meaning, if Dell wasn't involved, there's no way Alienware would still exist in the way we know them today. They would have been put out of business years ago, or they would have at least needed to transition to something else. Dell as a company has been doing very well the last 5 to 10 years, and they do not seem to be slowing down anytime soon. But that would not stop Dell from snapping their fingers and ending Alienware's existence altogether. If Dell wanted to pull the plug on Alienware, it would be dead instantly. The next question is, what do they even make now? With the exception of the console that worked so well for them, they sell mostly the same types of stuff they used to, mainly focused on laptops with some newer desktops as well. From the very beginning of their existence, their price point just wasn't that appealing to everyday people. And looking at their prices now, not much has changed. We've been answering a lot of questions in this video, so I have a question for you. Why are only 2.9% of people that watch our videos subscribed? And why does Alienware feel the need to sell this laptop with an RTX 3060 in it for over $2,000 and think a discount of $44 actually means something? They act like that $44 discount is going to be the deciding factor in my $2,000 purchase. And the worst part is, it gets way worse. They have some computers for a casual $4,000. You can literally buy a 2015 Nissan Versa with 65,000 miles on it for $500 less than some of their laptops. But don't you worry, they give you a $79 discount on this one, so it's a no-brainer, am I right? All jokes aside, these computers are extremely overpriced. Now it's time for some Dell on more expensive Dell action. We have 2 laptops here, both made by, well, Dell, and one is much more expensive than the other. Yes, the Alienware laptop is slightly better, but by no means does the difference justify a $1,000 price increase. A couple hertz, a single generation i7, and the DDR5 does not add up to $1,000. Side note, the speeds of DDR5 are crazy, but still, not worth $1,000. Now here we have 2 desktops, both again are made by Dell, and once again there's a big price difference. This time there's almost no difference in performance with the exception of the Dell XPS having more storage, but at much slower speeds. This basically shows that Alienware is just overall more expensive than the identical computers that their parent company makes. The next question we must ask, are they as relevant as their pre-built competitors? As we just went over, they can't even compete against themselves, so you can probably guess how this is going to go. The 2 desktops being shown include one from iBuyPower's Gamer Ready series, and the other one is Alienware's pre-built desktop. They are slightly different in price, but if you account for the DDR5 in the Alienware system, they're almost equal in value. This is actually good for Alienware. It means compared to arguably the biggest pre-built manufacturer, they're competitively priced. Personally, I think Alienwares are much uglier systems than other pre-built competitors, but that's just me. The real people that lose out on this entire thing is, well, us. We lose. This is one of the very few industries where all the competition is so expensive that the competition doesn't actually drive down the price all that much. Which means for us, the consumers of these fine goods and services, we get screwed. Now we can finally ask the question, will Alienware ever go out of business? Unfortunately, the answer isn't that simple. They do still sell products, and some of them are actually successful. They must make a little bit of pocket change for their stepdaddy, Mr. Dell. Long term, they probably won't make it. Unless they rebrand and change their business plan, they do not have a bright future. The pre-built computer sector is only growing and becoming more and more competitive as the days go on. Alienware as a brand is just seen as an overpriced waste of money, and it's going to be really hard to change that. Comment below if you agree or disagree with us. Let us know what you think.
We haven't only looked into Alienware, we've also looked into some other pre-built competitors like iBuyPower and CyberPower. Click the links to find out more. If you like this video, please consider liking this video and subscribing for future content.